Okay, so lesson learned. Lesson learned. I was about to buy a car because I don't have a car. I wrecked my car, and I've been that way for a bit of time now. And I thought, you know what, I should, probably look for a car now. And it was like low in miles, only 90,000 miles on it. I thought it was a Toyota 4Runner. I was tired yesterday, and it actually wasn't a Toyota 4Runner. It was a Ford Explorer. Wrong car. It's a 2006. Apparently, that model is not a good model for Ford. It wasn't a good year for Ford. Anyways, obviously I wasn't able to do the research on that because I was caught off guard when I came into the office and they were like, that's not a 4Runner. And so if it was a 4Runner, it would have been the perfect car. And, because I was already there, I looked at the car, it wasn't bad. I was like, okay. And I gave my deposit. And I gave more than just a regular amount of deposit because I've been saving in cash. So I just gave what was in my envelope. So it was a little bit more than that, quite a bit more than that for a deposit. And obviously, anyways, then I called my mommy and my daddy, and my mommy and my daddy weren't so happy with me. They weren't so happy. And then I'm like, oh crap, I gave them my deposit. What do I do with that? When I came back, they were super kind. They were like, yeah, just look at the other cars on the lot if you see anything else. And she gave back my deposit. He said, usually we don't do that, but you were just here 30 minutes ago, and they were really kind. They said some dealerships don't act like that. Thank goodness they were friendly. But I guess this is a lesson of if you rush things when it's not in the right timing, you'll make some mistakes. So best to, I've been waiting a long time. I've been waiting a very long time. So it's not that I have not been waiting. I've been cool, calm, and collected through this whole process. I just know I need a vehicle because I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to go places, I'm a little bit restricted in that. And I need to go further away. But God will provide. And just know that He will give you the confirmations you need. He will align things properly where there's peace in it. I did have peace in it. Maybe it was just solely just to be able to make this video right now. But anyways, yeah, don't rush things. Be careful with your finances. Be careful with things like that. Of course, when it comes to giving and things like that, the logic there actually is just a little bit different. You can give as much as you want when it comes to giving, but financially, when you're trying to be sound with decisions that you're making with your own purchases, just be wise in that. Be very wise and make smart choices. And always take things to the Lord. Even when my parents showed up, they were pissed off with me. I was pissed off with them. I'm like, we agreed that, we were going to come together on this. What's happening? And blah, blah, blah. It's on board. What are we going to do about that? And so I'm like, we're just going to pray. We're going to pray right now. And that's what we did. Calm things down, and
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Old Hickory Boulevard.
Now I know what to do. Now I have guidance. So, always pray a lot before you make a big decision. And that's all there is. Actually, that's not all there is. Something just came back to my mind. I was reading in Ezra, and in Ezra,
at the light, turn left onto Old Hickory Boulevard.
Ezra, he was going back to Jerusalem, and he was in Babylon. He's one of the captives in Babylon. He's going back to Jerusalem, and basically
continue on Old Hickory Boulevard for 3/4 of a mile.
I will do that. As he was going back, though, the king had a letter with him, basically telling everybody in Jerusalem, what's up, and supporting him, basically saying that people are going to have to support him financially, support him, and all these different things to support him. And also he was presenting to the officials there from the king and the soldiers and everything, telling them how the king is favors upon the Israelites, and them serving God and building the temple. And I'm actually not sure if the temple, I don't know what time part that was in. But anyways, basically supporting Jerusalem. And, ooh, crap. I need to know my directions. Oh, well, I'm going to finish this real fast. Anyways, as he was there, he was embarrassed. He was embarrassed to ask the king for protection, like to ask for soldiers to come around them as they journeyed, because it was a journey. It took 5 months for him to get there.
In 1,000 feet, turn left to stay on Old Hickory Boulevard.
Going left. And so he said he was embarrassed to ask because he's like, because he says it in the writing in the scripture. He's saying, I did tell the king, the hand of the Lord's on us. God protects us, and now I'm asking him for protection with his shoulders. He's like that didn't.
At the right, turn left to stay on Old Hickory Boulevard.
Because people did ambush a lot on trips like that. So what did he do? It said that they all afflicted themselves. Basically, they just fasted. He said they fasted for a time and entreated of the Lord, and the Lord's favor was on them. And so they had peace going forward on their journey without any soldiers to protect them or anything like that. And to the world, that was...
Continue on Old Hickory Boulevard for 2 miles.
What are you doing? But he did it, and they were protected. The Lord's favor was on them. So sometimes when you're trying to find protection in other things or trust other things more than God, you're actually stepping out of your protection because you're not trusting the Lord. So trust God that he provides, that he protects, and just stay under his wings and trust him. And if he's not speaking clearly to you, don't make any rash decisions until he does. And that's all I have to say.